You're listening to Kerry Lutz's Financial Survival Network, where you get valuable information you just can't find anywhere else. To thrive in today's trying times, you need the Financial Survival Network, now more than ever. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and get your free newsletter and gift. Financial Survival Network, now more than ever.
And welcome. You are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I'm Kerry Lutz. Well, we've seen gold get hit down, Bitcoin get hit, the market get hit, everything. Interest rates going higher, geopolitical turmoil, supply chain obliteration, all these things and more. Let's go to Michael Moor and get a perspective from Moor Analytics on what is going on and what we can expect from these markets. Michael, great to have you back.
Well, Kerry, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hey, so what is going on here?
Well, what do you want to look at? Do you want to look at the energies or gold or Bitcoin first, or the markets in general? Or
let's look at energy first, because I think energy perhaps provides the most insights to the geopolitical situation.
Well, at least energy is the one thing that isn't going down. Natural gas, when we talked back in August of 2021, was bullish. It was trading around $5.20 then, and been bullish since the $2 plus area. And now, we've had two corrections within that, one in early February and one last week. And then yesterday's gap higher reinstated bullishness. But on a very macro basis, the break above the $6.49 to $6.46 area took the market out of a range that it had been in since 2008. So that's a significant base to put in the natural gas. And I think that's setting this up for higher trade in the months/years ahead, with moves into the low $9 range, very likely, and then I expect after that up into the mid $11 range. If we fail back down through the 649 to 646 area, then this could come off for months, maybe back down into the $4 range or something like that.
All right. So you think it could retrace then, huh?
Well, no, I think the natural gas is going to be steadily going higher. We may see retracements within it, but as long as those retracements break back down below 649 to 646, I think that the market's just going to be headed higher, and for quite a while, probably for months, if not years.
Okay, here's the question: how high can it go? Do you think the day will come where we could see $15 nat gas?
Yeah, I mean, my minimum target is the low 9s, and then the target after that is the mid 11s. So, I mean, it could certainly scream up to the 15s. I mean, who knows how high it could go? I'm not a fundamental analyst, so I've never put a cap on anything. But Nothing would surprise me in natural gas. I've analyzed natural gas when it was trading in the 13s and 15s before. So,
I gotcha. Okay. So what about oil then? Good old oil.
So the energies are all bullish. I mean, obviously the crude and the unleaded gasoline and the heating oil are all bullish. The main story there really is that the heat has been leading this big move up recently. And it broke above a bullish formation yesterday. Again, we're just above multiple bullish formations and getting into new high region. But the heat is really the one that's, wagging the dog, so to speak. Now, if this rolls over, there are some substantial formations below. Crude oil has substantial formations that come in at in the 96.40 to 96.70 area. Now, if we were to really break below those, then the market could come off $6 minimum, $32 a barrel maximum or more.
Okay.
I think, token, if we were to break below those lines decently and come back up through them decently, then you could see a run back up to the 109 area and possibly even the highs.
Wow. Okay. All right. So what about the market interest rates? What are we seeing here?
I don't really analyze the S&Ps. but I could take a quick look at them for you, or a big interest rate buff. Obviously, it's been looking pretty weak the past couple of days. Just structurally, though, we were making higher lows in March of 21, in October of 21, December, later December. But recently here in January, we've taken out those lows of December and took out the lows of October, and we've had lower lows now. And we've also had a lower high than some of the recent highs. So right now, it looks like, we could be chopping and putting in a large top here maybe. But we definitely took out the bull trend that we've been in.
Right.
And so the market's just going to have to tell us where it's going to go from here. Either this is going to be this may be a significant pullback in a still more macro market, or this could roll over into something uglier. Just from a very macro perspective, we've been in an overall bull market since 2009, with the exception of the one huge pullback in February of 2020. But since March of 2020, this run up, which has been substantial, if this goes into a bearish correction against that, just remember, when you have a bearish correction or trend, it will wipe out the gains that it made in the bull market in 1/3 the time it took to make the gains.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So, for instance, the smackdown that we saw in March of 2020, that erased the gains made from January 2017 to February 2020, wiped out all those gains within 1 month.
Yeah, we know that it's an escalator going up and it's an elevator going down, right?
Don't just survive, thrive. The Financial Survival Network.
Torque Resources is an exploration company establishing a portfolio of premier copper-gold early-stage projects in Chile. Torque's management and technical teams have a strong track record of raising capital, discovery, and monetization of exploration successes. The company's Margarita copper-gold project is located within the prolific coastal Cordillera Belt in Chile, which hosts some of the world's largest and most profitable copper mines. The Margarita project possesses excellent discovery potential for a major copper discovery due to the strength of the alteration system, large-scale magnetic targets, and the presence of copper oxide mineralization. Drilling is anticipated to begin in Q3 of this year. Torque trades in Canada under TORQ and on the OTC under TRBMF. To learn more, go to torqueresources.com. That's torqueresources.com.
This is the Financial Survival Network. The information you need to thrive now more than ever.
Exactly.
All right.
And I would just say, for any of your listeners that are investors or have their money in the market, I would definitely ask questions about the funds that you're in. And if the funds are what are called long-only funds, this means that a high percentage of your equity is at risk if the market comes off. So what I would do is I would consider looking at other funds that don't have so much exposure to the downside. Hedge funds are structured differently so that they make money on the downside, whereas a lot of mutual funds are not. Right. So instead of just weathering the market, if it comes off really hard, and having your broker tell you, your fund did good, it outperformed the S&P. If the S&P is down 60% and you're down 40%, that shouldn't make you feel good. You're still down 40%.
Yeah.
But if you get into other vehicles that can make money on the downside, then you can have a terrific ride down, make enormous amounts of money, and then be locked and loaded when you have another base for a new bull market.
Yes. Okay. So next market, what are you looking at? Bitcoin. Why don't we talk about Bitcoin? Hasn't been performing all that well as of late. What's with that?
Bitcoin have been bearish for a while. It's just this morning it's seeing some short covering because we came back up through the 38,200 area. But I'm still bearish in general here. And, if it really starts getting dented more here, we could see this come off harder.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just take a look here on the side. The one thing that would change that is if we started getting above the 40,765 area, then that could start bringing in some more strength for another 3,000 or so above that.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, if in order for this to really launch into a more substantial bull market again, I think we still have some structure here to build for a number of weeks before that can happen and see a new base built.
Okay. All right. So finally, gold. What is with gold? It's been getting slammed lately. It really, totally reversed. It's at getting close to technical support, perhaps. Where do you see it going?
So the gold was in a big consolidation phase from, or bearish correction, consolidation, however you want to call it, from August 2020 right through to February of this year. Now, it might seem like we're still in the consolidation, but we're actually not. We broke back above these, a big formation in the middle of that in February, and that's what gave us the run up towards the highs. The last highs were at 2089.20.
Right.
So we ran up to there, we rejected off of that, and we're rolling back over. Unless we come down and really take out this formation here, which comes in, there's two of them actually. There's one that comes in roughly in the 1831 area to 1832 this week, and moves up slowly each week after that, maybe a dollar each week. We take that out, then we could see a substantial smackdown. That would take us down to 1570s.
Really?
Yeah.
That low, huh?
Yeah. If we take that out.
I guess that's a big if.
So currently I'm bearish, but overall I'm still bullish. And we'll just have to see what happens with these lines down there. The other line below that, by the way, it comes in at 1823.5, and then moves down to just moves down like $1 a day. So if we break down below both of those, though, this thing can really get dented. And when I say dented,
what's that number?
I expect it would at least come off down to the 1670s.
Okay. So what are those numbers again that we need to watch out for here, Michael?
So in the gold, there's a formation that's coming in at 1831 to 1832, and that moves up, just $1 or so a day.
Right.
And then the one right below that, it comes in at 1823.50, and that moves down to just like $0.50 a day also. If we take both of those out, then I would expect the market to run down to the 1677 to 1673 major support level.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We're going to follow up with you in a month or two and see where we actually wind up. People want to find out more about what you're doing, Michael, follow your work, subscribe. How do you do that?
You can go to my website. It's Moor Analytics, which is spelled Moor Analytics. There's no E at the end of Moor. And you can explore different things, get to know me a little bit better on the website. If you want to come on for a free trial of the energies, Bitcoin, or gold, you can get a free trial. And I have a long history of making some of the most substantial directional calls in the energies for 25 years, and for the past 10 years the gold, and more recently the Bitcoin.
All right. Well, Michael, always a pleasure having you on. If you got a question for Michael, shoot me an email to kl@kerrylutz.com, and you'll find a link to Michael's site in the show notes to this interview on financialsurvivalnetwork.com. And don't forget to sign up for your free newsletter. Michael, been a pleasure. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to Kerry Lutz's Financial Survival Network, your solution to today's trying times. For the latest, go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com. Financial Survival Network, now more than ever.